Hey guys, in this video we're going to be talking about how to use a online color picker to choose a color from a picture that you like. Maybe there's a costume, a cosplay or something that you like, or some model or something, and you want to put that color onto a costume in Lost Ark. So I'm going to show you how to use a color picker to do that. So we're going to take this white ass dress that looks boring as hell and we're going to make it look nice. Okay, so I did a Google search. I found this. It's called website. It's called Image Color Picker. Pretty much will just let you put on an image on here and then look, wherever you mouse over, it'll show you the color that's right there. And then it's really nice because you can come over here and you can just highlight this and copy the hex code and then put it into Lost Ark right here. Make sure when you do actually copy the hex code, just copy the numbers. Don't copy the pound sign because if you do copy the pound sign, Lost Ark will get confused. See, just like that. So make sure that you just copy the numbers. If you click this, it'll copy the pound sign too. So make sure you just copy the numbers. So there you go. We colored it, or we copied it over, and we have the color now here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a picture of some model, and we are going to copy the color of her dress and everything. Particularly, we want the color of this blouse. All right, so we got this picture here. So you basically just load it in, and then when you're picking the colors, try and get the color where there's, like the color looks more blended together, where light is more shining on it. So like right here on your cuff link, or right here on the chest, maybe even right here, the color looks good. Now obviously you don't want the dark parts, and this color picker is very precise. It's like showing you all the pixels. So make sure you get the parts that where it's actually the color that you want. So we'll go like right there, that looks good. So we'll copy the number over, put it onto here, just paste it, bam, there we go. So the color is a little off. It looks a little pale compared to this version, how you see it here. This is because when you're looking at colors, like in real life, your brain basically will mash colors together. There'll be all these different colors on, like, you know, a shirt or a blouse or whatever. And your brain basically mixes all the colors together to get, you know, the gestalt. As you can see, if you look at this picture, you're like, wow, that color looks a little brighter. It looks different. This looks more washed out. So that's what's going on here. You're never going to get it perfect, but by using a tool like this, it'll at least get you into the ballpark. So we got the ballpark color here. And then what you're going to have to do is come into the color changer and actually maybe add some more color. Basically, at the center of this color wheel, that's like washed out colors like white. And then the further you go out to the edge, that's more saturation, like brighter colors. The more of the color, not, you know, the opposite of washed out. So as we can see here, we got in the ballpark, it's like kind of like a super pale pink, but this looks like a lot more, almost like a fuchsia or something like that. So we want to add more color to it. So we're in the ballpark, so all we're going to do is just, it's really precise. You basically just want to tilt it over just a tiny bit into the color. So see, now we're like way closer. That is way closer to this color. It's actually a little bit more saturated than this actual thing. This is a little bit less, more washed out than this color, but it's way closer, and you know, we got it. We pretty much got it. So that's what I'm saying. You can use these color pickers to get into the ballpark of the color you're trying to get. You will have to slightly adjust depending on the color, you know, to add more color to it so you can get closer. And then also you'll have to play with the shine. So like in this case, it's kind of a shiny blouse, so maybe you can put on more shine or less shine depending on what you want to do. Maybe you just only want the color. That's another thing. If you're using this 0% one, that's like a matte color or a matte shine, so you might have to change the color even more because the matte shine will make the colors look a lot different compared to your reference image. And then one other thing I wanted to show you is this simple image resizer. If you're having trouble trying to pick a color here, like let's say you're having really trouble, or maybe it's a really busy, you know, article of clothing, and you really are having trouble color picking with this, what you can do is, I found this one, simple image resizer. You can basically just resize the image. I'm gonna do that right now. Probably 80% smaller. I think that will be good. We're trying to make you're probably asking, why are you making the image super low res? Because by making the image super low res, I'll show you right now. We're going to download it. See how the colors are a lot better? It's kind of easier to pick the colors now because since the image has been smashed down and compressed, the colors are more like squished together. So it actually becomes easier to color pick with an image that's a lot smaller and more low res. So that's something you can do if you're having trouble picking colors. Just use like a simple image resizer like this and just make it really small. We probably should have brought it down to like 90% or something. because as you can see, as the image gets a lot smaller, it will be easier to color pick because, like I said, the colors will be mashed together more. It will lose more of the detail in the picture, so it will be easier to color pick from an image that is super shitty and low res. So keep that in mind. If you're having trouble color picking, you can always make the image really shitty and low res, and you'll be able to color pick a lot easier. And then just real quick, we'll talk about this skirt. So this skirt right here is kind of like a dark color. As you can see, we're picking the color and it's basically like a black. But as you can see, a lot of times with black colors or black skirts, shorts, you know, pants, whatever, when there's sunlight reflecting off of it, the color is a little tiny bit brighter. It's not like pure black that sucks in all light. I mean, as you can see here, there is a hint of color. That if we were to actually just color pick this and bring it in here, it's probably going to give us, yeah, see, it gave us like pretty much a black, like straight up black. Again, this is another thing where you can play around with the shine and all that. If you're just playing with matte colors, it actually is pretty close. It's kind of like a dark blue here. What you can do is to kind of make it a little bit better, to make it look like there's a little bit more light, you can basically raise up the brightness. Here, I'll cancel, I'll show you again. You can raise up the brightness of the color just a tiny bit. Not too far, because see, if we go too far, now it's like in the blue. Or like a purple. You just want to do just a tiny bit so you can get that hint. I know you might not even be able to tell. To get that hint of color, and then you can play around with the shine and whatnot. This is actually really nice that we have shine in this game, because most games you can't do that, most MMOs. So it's really nice because you can actually simulate that shininess of the sun hitting the skirt or pants or whatever. So keep that in mind with dark colors. With dark colors, if you're color picking, you might have to go make the brightness a little higher, and then for most colors that are bright or even like some washed out colors, you might have to add, like I said, you might have to add a little bit more saturation, a little bit more color to it to get closer to the color that you want. So yeah, that's it guys. Here is the final product. We got the color that's pretty darn close. We made the skirt like kind of matte, so it's not as shiny. It doesn't shine as much. So it actually looks pretty close. We just alt tab here. It actually looks pretty close. It looks a little brighter. The top is a tiny bit more saturation than the actual reference image. But I'm okay with that because I like brighter colors. But anyways, that's it guys for this video. Just showing you this color picker you can use so that way you can make any kind of outfit that you want. Maybe you have some cool pictures that you found or some really sweet outfits and you want to put it into Lost Ark. Then you can use this color picker and you can get a nice outfit that looks pretty darn close to your reference image. That's it for the video guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.